Hey, welcome to This is Gravel. I'm Bobby Thompson, and sitting next to me today is not Neil. Paul, how are you doing?
I'm good. Very good, thank you.
Paul Errington, a friend from Newcastle, England, came over. Second shot at Land Run this year. We're going to be talking about a lot about Land Run. We all just got back from it here in the Midwest. It's what we're all thinking about. Paul flew back over this year just to take a little revenge for blowing out the derailleur last year.
Yeah, bad times last year.
Bad times. So, last Thursday, Paul and I got into Stillwater, Oklahoma, and we had festivities kind of started that night at Iron Monk Brewery. Is that right?
Yeah, traditional start to the Land Run weekend at Iron Monk.
All right, you got to have a little IPA to get the weekend started off right. So Thursday rolled into Friday, and Friday was just a huge day, a festival day. It's really grown from what it was even just a couple of years ago. I mean, now you have, even on Friday, you had food vendors downtown. I mean, it was pretty wild. So.
Yeah. Such a good vibe. Yeah, everyone is super happy to be there. Everyone's checking the weather forecast. Everyone's excited to see how the day's going to turn out. We've
all been... I think people like to stare at the weather forecast for weeks beforehand. So it's nice when you get there and it's actually what you thought it was going to be, which was decent weather. I mean, 60s.
Yeah.
Low wind.
Definitely.
So we got a little taste on Friday, though. There was probably, 20-mile-per-hour winds when we did a little test ride. So it kind of gave us a little test of what it might be coming in. Matt came down, and if I remember right, he decided to shoot a little video on the way down. I think he wanted to kind of show himself off a little bit since he's not on camera as much anymore. You want to see what Matt did?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, cool.
Hey, good Friday morning to you from Gravel Guru. We're in Emporia, Kansas, and tomorrow's the Land Run 100 in Stillwater, which means we're loaded up the car, getting ready to go on the road. My gear loaded, got to make a few stops on the way out of town, pick up David, and we're going to be on the Interstate I-35 down to Stillwater. Hey, you looking for a ride?
Yeah.
Where you going?
Oklahoma. Think you can take me?
Get in. Hey David, you ready for this trip?
I am so ready for this trip. Let's hit the road. Where are we?
I have no clue where we are. We're somewhere in Wichita right now. I have never seen that building in my life in all the trips I've been down here. But there's a QT nearby, so we can't be that lost from civilization. What do you think of it?
Oh my god, that's delicious. That's great.
What do you think?
I love the crumbliness of the burger.
Okay, David.
Yes.
So, stopped and had lunch in Wichita at New Way.
Good food, good food.
First experience at New Way, what'd you think?
I thought the food was great. I've never had a crumbly burger like that before, and the root beer was spectacular. It was well worth the stop for lunch.
Very cool. We're gonna head on the 2 hours down to Stillwater from here, hour and a half, and see what's going on down there.
Let's get down there.
So we're just a few miles outside Stillwater. We just turned off I-35 here, headed east into Stillwater. Once we get there, we're gonna go straight downtown to District Bicycles, where Land Run registration is going on, and see what's going on there. We're gonna look over our maps for tomorrow, make sure we've got some good places to go shoot, and proceed from there.
I'll get my hug tomorrow.
great time this afternoon down at the registration party for the Land Run 100. David, what did you think of this afternoon?
It was pretty fun. We got to talk to the guys from Salsa when they released the new bike that they had, so that was pretty cool to take a look at and talk to those guys. We were able to see just a lot of familiar faces and talk to people, so it was a pretty good day out here at the...
If you've never had a chance to come to Land Run or talk to Bobby Wintle, one thing I have to say is he's an unbelievable motivational speaker. So if you've ever got the time to chat with him or watch some of the other videos we've done with him, take the time. Just absolutely motivational. So I think it's time to go get checked into our hotel and get some content edited.
Yep, let's go.
All right, very cool, very cool. Very cool to see Matt and David come down. I can't believe you can drag David to all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he must really like you a whole lot. So cool. Even the vibe on the street on Friday is pretty electric. I mean, it's starting to become, you know, I don't want to compare things to what we have here in town, but I'm from Emporia. We have the Dirty Kansas here in town, so I get the vibe. And you've been here plenty of times for the Dirty Kansas.
Yeah, I think, well, to quote Mr. Bobby Wintle, it's kind of the reunion. It's the start of the gravel season for us all. Yeah. Where everyone gets together. We've all had a winter of training, and this is when the bikes come out, and yeah, we get to do some riding together.
Yeah, you know, and you mentioned that, and I failed to mention that. And this is not to say anything against any other races that have happened since January, but for where we live and the rides that we do, really Land Run is kind of like the first ride of the season for a lot of our gravel family that have kind of been hibernating at home in their home little cliques for all winter long, and we all kind of emerge from our little holes, and here we are again, and hey, I remember you from last year. And so Friday's pretty electric. So yeah, very cool, Matt. I've seen you guys both down there. Go right into, we got a little clip from Saturday from the whole race day, don't we? Cool, let's do that. Let's see how everyone did.
Gravel Guru fans, these are your Land Run 100 highlights for 2018 in 90 seconds.
Absolutely amazing that we get people down there now that can do an entire 106 miles in what Matt do it in? Right around 5?
It's like 5:20, crazy. 5:20.
Matt Stevens, Amanda Newman, overall men, women, and both of them just knock these things out, and I can't. They averaging close to 20 miles per hour. And
this is like road speed on gravel.
No, it's just insane. I mean, I find myself struggling up a hill at like 3 miles per hour, and these guys are averaging for the whole day. It's just insane. So Matt got a chance to talk with both of them, Matt Stevens and Amanda Newman.
Great day out there today, Matt. Kind of give me an overview of how your day went for you.
We had 4 strong riders from Pan Racers Stand Snow Tubes up in the front group. About 15 of us left through the checkpoint, and we Rob Bell, last year's winner, scouted the course for us a little bit, and we knew about the second private road. Went in there first wheel. Michael has mad skills and just cut through everyone and got up to my wheel, and we hit it through there and took off, and that was that.
Let's talk a little bit about the weather today. last year, miserable, kind of cold, rainy. What was it like out there today?
What weather? I mean, it's chilly at the start, but just shed a few clothes, and I mean, looking out, beautiful day. So awesome day to ride a bike.
How was the competition out there? I know we saw you were with someone at least up till mile 85 out there. What was that like today?
Yeah, definitely level up from last year. I think, the mud kind of keeps people away, but the dry conditions, I know, had a few local roadies out here, so definitely bigger competition. I mean, Michael's, champion in what he does, cyclocross, and, coming off a long season and racing at World Championships, he's just getting back into riding, but came down and gave me a good run for my money.
Cool. Anything else you'd like to add about today?
No, man, just glad to be here, glad to repeat for Stans, and happy to come away with a win.
Amanda, your first trip down to the Land Run 100, what was it like out there today?
Oh, it was so much fun. It was really fast, really dry. The beginning of the race was so fast and so hard, and I think I went a little bit too hard, and we got to that first checkpoint, and I had to use the bathroom and kind of resettled myself and got into a groove. And yeah, I did a lot of work today, and it was really hard, but it was a lot of fun.
What was the pace and kind of competition out there like for you?
So I wanted to go out as hard as I could in the beginning and try and get a gap. And so I got away, but around mile 42 I was completely by myself. And then I got to the checkpoint, used the bathroom. I was riding with a couple people, but I was mostly in the wind from 42 until right when I saw you is when she caught me, not too long after that. So a group that Kai was in caught up to me, and there was another Pana Racer guy in that group, and I asked him, I was like, if I go and attack, are you going to tow her back to me? And he was like, no, go for it, race your own race. I was like, all right, cool. So I went around 72, and I didn't know if it was going to stick, but it did, so here I am.
What's your impressions first time coming down here to the Land Run?
Awesome, a beautiful community. It's a little bit slimmer version of the DK, and I like that. It's a little bit homier, but still a lot of the same people and a lot of the same faces, and it was kind of nice to do just 100 miles, because I finished and I was like, there's no way I could have done another 100 right there. Not yet.
Is there anything else you'd like to add about today?
No, it was a lot of fun. Bobby's amazing. I had a blast out there. It was hard. Even though it wasn't muddy, don't take this race for granted, because it was a tough one. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks, Matt.
Cool. I got to hang out with, we both got to hang out with Dave Sheik and Amanda before and after the race, and a lot of fun always hanging out with those two. So
yeah, people we never see during the race. It's good to hang out with them.
Right.
Pre and post race.
That's true. We'll see him. We see him on the starting line, and then that's it. We don't see him again until later in the day. So how your second time back into Stillwater, Oklahoma? Last year we all know was muddy, 40s, rainy, terrible. And you blew your derailleur around mile 80, I must say. So I did beat you technically. I did win. How did it turn out for you this year?
This year was the year of revenge against Mr. Bobby Winsel and his outstanding course, but totally different event. Yeah, last year it was so slow. It was muddy. It was cold. I packed every pair of gloves I owned. I packed every jacket I owned. I had everything ready for some biblical weather.
Right.
It was dry. I'm now a living testament. I've got the Land Run sore throat from all the dust out there.
I think we all still came home with Land Run dust.
Yeah.
Last year it was mud. This year we all got it. It's on the inside of us this year. So you couldn't help but not absorb that stuff all day long. So I remember there was one section on the course early on, and there was a four-wheeler that came by, and he roared by, and all this dust comes up. A car comes by on gravel, except the riders weren't getting over. So he just stuck there doing 15, 20 miles per hour, and you just had this constant in your face for half a mile. And I don't wear sunglasses, which is dumb. I know. I get it. But I have contacts, and oh my gosh, my eyes at the end of the day were just beat red. So what was your finishing time? Not that it matters a whole lot, but what did you come in?
I was just over 6 hours.
That's
it's a good time for me.
Yeah, that was a good revenge then.
Yeah,
so.
well, I had a good day. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, good. What did you think about Salsa's little thing with the Shea Lounge.
Shea Lounge was great. It was a great bit of fun to
Isn't
break
that
your
fun?
day up. Yeah, it was cool to see those guys out there.
Yeah.
Stop, hang out for a short while.
Yeah, even Matt Stevens. I heard he stopped
Yeah.
and got his picture taken on it, so he's leading the whole race. Obviously, people who are leading these kind of races are a little bit competitive in nature. Still stopped, hopped on the couch, took his picture, and took off. And that's awesome. So I love seeing that. To me, you know, gravel is definitely more about riding with for the challenge of the event and just the fun of the event, and seeing stuff like that. Totally cool. Makes it all worth it.
Yeah,
So I heard that there was even we're going to see a picture of maybe a guy in a Speedo who either brought the Speedo with him. Yeah, see, Matt didn't hear about this. He either brought the Speedo with him or he had the Speedo on the entire time. But one way or another, he got his picture taken on the couch in a Speedo. Yeah, was it you?
No, it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you? Okay. But it was a great day. It was nice to be able to actually carry some momentum into the next hills instead of breaking all the way down the mud and then climbing back up. So beautiful day on the race. Bobby Wintle, Crystal Wintle, Tyler, Austin, who am I missing? Seth. You guys kill it down there at District. So, and all the supporting casts just kill it down there. So love going down there. Awesome. So hey everyone, wrap up a little bit from the weekend. Land run was awesome. One name that Paul here just kicked me underneath the table and Matt just gave to me. Sally Asher, you kicked butt this year. I know a lot of it was due to your organization. Loved it, and props to you. So great job. Make sure you keep watching us here on This Is Gravel. Tag us, hashtag This Is Gravel. Matt says we have probably 400 or 500 social media pictures coming in this time. So we're going to probably maybe later in the week put something special together for you, and love having you guys pay attention. I will say that the reception we got from just people walking up saying, hi, nice to meet you, love the show, was for the first time, and we've been doing this for 3 years, I'd say, it was overwhelming, and we love having you guys out there, and love you that you're still watching this show week by week. Coming up to Matt, coming up to Neil, coming up to me. So really appreciate it. Love you all. Paul Errington, whether I said it or not, love having you come over you've been coming over for Land Run in Dirty Kansas every year. Paul runs the Dirty Reaver over in
Kielder Forest, right in the north of England.
Which is where I went over and had a very painful ride last year and loved every moment of it. So we'll be having him on probably the next week or two to talk a little bit about that event coming up. So thank you all. Love you.